Hey everybody, this is Big Dick John. You're listening to D-League Radio.
This is Trip. They said they needed somebody whose mic demeanor matches how the D-League get it hype inside that ice arena. For live action analysis and highlights, you need to let your host on the mic, Mr. Reichert, be the light to lead you through life between the pipes. Incite like an encyclopedia. Look inside yourself, find the fight to compete in you. Get in while you can, the numbers doubling fast. Asses in the seats and snot bubbles on the glass. Sign your name on the line for your spot and lock it up. This is hockey. We'll see who talking tough when they drop the puck. Try to keep your teeth and knock it up. Sorry about your luck. You should probably go sit down somewhere safe and get doctored up. Turn it up loud, let it knock in your truck. Or in the office, sound waves ripple through coffee cups. Come on. Log on, lock it in, and lock it up. It's DLeagueRadio.com. Let's talk it up. Log on, lock it in, and lock it up. It's DLeagueRadio.com. Let's talk it up. Lace your skates up or sit back reading the tea leaves. You are now tuned into the D-League. If you ain't bumping this in your ride, you need a DD. You are now tuned into the D-League. Leave the TV, come and see it in 3D. You are now tuned into the D-League. It's the best podcast in the biz, better believe me. You are now tuned into the D-League.
And welcome back to Bucks Arena here in Urbandale. I'm Patrick McFarland along with Matt Whips, and we are excited to bring you the final game of this November 11th between the unbeaten Knights and the Moose. And Matt, the Knights come in 3-0. They've scored 15 goals. They've given up just 3. How do the Moose beat them today?
I think the Moose have to keep things simple, Patrick, not to do anything too fancy. You know, it's the oldest cliche in hockey, get pucks deep, you know, try to get behind the defense, slow things down a little bit, because this Knights team is so explosive. You know, they've proven they can win in the shootouts or in tight games, and the Moose, as you say, have their work cut out for them today. But they're doing so in their brand new jerseys. Look pretty snazzy down there today.
They look quite nice. They're white with some gold and black trim. Definitely a catching look for Captain Jeff Duncan's team. The Knights' captain is Taylor McKee, coached by John Reichert. And the goaltenders today for the Knights, Tony Hansen, and for the Moose, Damon Punsalan. And we are just about ready to get started here. We've got 20 up on the board. Teams are getting ready, waiting their final instructions on the benches. And we're excited to bring you the last game of the day. A reminder that D-League Radio is brought to you by the Keg Stand, the primary sponsor of D-League Radio, now in their 4th year of sponsoring this great organization. Out at 3530 West Town Parkway in West Des Moines, they've got over 90 beers on tap and food specials all day, Monday through Friday. Open till 2 a.m., 7 days a week.
All right, so got to get the Zamboni door closed before we get underway, but just about done. We're ready for that.
Minor details. So the Moose, wearing their white jerseys, as we just discussed, with the black and gold trim, will be skating left to right across your radio dial. The Knights in their customary black with the silver and white trim.
Yeah, those Moose jerseys reminds me a little bit of Pittsburgh maybe a decade ago, about the time that Crosby and company won their first cup before they changed back to their more traditional black and gold.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good comparison.
All right. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
The Knights are led by Carl Kreisel with 4 goals on the season already. Pete Van Houweling, Ryan Gerhardy, and Jack Miller each with 2. There are several players who have each scored 1 goal for the Moose. We're underway here. Knights, Moose control off the face-up and now going back the other way here. Knocked off the puck there was Jonathan Taylor. Loose at center now, Matt Burns. Skating it up for the Moose along the left wing side. Taken away by Kreisa. Circles in front of his own bench. Long pass just out of the reach of his teammate Jeff Taylor. And it will come right in on goal and be kicked into the corner for the Moose. Now behind their goal. taken there by Travis White. Tries to get it back to the point. It'll go off the boards and go all the way down. No icing here. As Jonathan Taylor, number 3 for the Knights, comes all the way back to play it. Clearing pass is knocked down. Barnhill right in front of us here. The right D just sends it deep. Kreisa, though, for the Knights will just wrap it around the boards. Far corner played up by Jack Miller and out to center. Now in the neutral zone with some speed. Here come the Knights over the line. Shot right in on goal. Big save. Huge rebound out to top of the circle. Still loose there. Knights try to get it back to the point. Nobody there. And from center ice, it'll be played by McKee. First attempt to dump is blocked. Now she carries it over the line. Pass out into the center. Kreisa couldn't handle it. Goes behind the net. Now back over to Taylor. Right out front now. Kreisa shot right in on goal and save made by Punsalan, and we'll get a whistle.
Well, that was a really crazy play. Barnhill was taking it across the slot, and Kreisa took it right off his stick, and Punsalan had to be extremely sharp to stop that one. He was tested earlier in the sequence on a real hard shot, but that one was point blank, and a big save there by Punsalan.
So the Moose's goaltender on point early in this one, as the leading scorer for the Knights, Kreisa, had a good opportunity there right in front of him. Face-off now controlled by the Moose. That's number 42, Fleming, back to center. TJ Fleming rejoining D-League after taking last season off. Play at center now. Moved ahead by Jones. Right in on goal. Steered aside easily by Hansen. And it will be played there by Miller. Hard around the boards up to O'Reilly. Along the right wing side. Now centers a pass. Taken though by Keese. Moose take it there. Jones right at center ice now. Skating it in with some speed. Goes up the left wing side. Fans on the shot. Leaves the puck right on the ice, and it'll be taken back up to center by the Knights. Poking it ahead but not able to chase it down was Miller. And the puck will go all the way down. And we'll have our first icing.
And Patrick, we're still early enough in the game where we have that kind of little weird thing where there's these real wet areas of the ice. And I've seen it a couple times already. That puck will literally just come to a complete stop. And thankfully, it doesn't last very long, but it is kind of disconcerting if you're not ready for that. And we've seen it already here in these first couple minutes.
Absolutely correct. It's kind of an embarrassing thing when it does happen to you, though. Right off the face-off, Moose control. Harder on the boards. Kept at the point there, though, by Taylor. Sent back into the corner for Shadui. Taken off the stick, though, by Burns for the Moose. And sent up the boards and out. 16:30 to go. Scoreless tie between the Moose and the Knights here. Final game on D-League Radio today on this Sunday, November 11th. Now a shot just wide of the goal by Fleming. A couple of guys go down in front of the net. And the Knights will move it back on out to center. Pass to O'Reilly right in front of the Moose bench. Just dumps it in. He'll go chase now, but Barnhill is there for the Moose. Barnhill tries to get up the boards. It'll trickle back out to center, taken there by Fleming. Up the right wing side, Fleming over the line. Face-off circle now. Shooting right in on, hey, big kick save by Hansen. Big rebound comes all the way back out to center. And the Knights control it there. Now Clark right in front of us. Gives to Barnhill. John Barnhill right at the center ice circle now. 15:40 to go in the period. Barnhill knocked off the puck there by the three Knights. But the puck comes back to the Moose. Waiting. Shot right in from the center ice area. That was a player I don't have the right name for.
I believe that was Matt Burns that got that, yeah.
Yeah, correct. His jersey says something else, and it threw me for a loop. There's a Z in there.
Yeah, guys get a little cutesy there with their names sometimes.
Must be a nickname.
Yeah, got to have a little nickname.
Play continues now. Puck goes all the way down. We'll have another icing as the Knights will have an offensive zone face-off with 15 to go here in a scoreless tie.
So we talked a lot about the firepower of the Knights, and so far the Moose are doing a good job of countering that and actually getting some good chances themselves. As both teams look to settle in here a little bit.
Feints off to Punsalan's left, won by the Knights. McKee sends it in deep wide of the goal. Moose recover it there. Kept at the point by Mavridis. He'll circle and head to the top of the circle. Centering pass. Kept by McKee. Now shot right in blocked in front by Jones, and it'll go ricocheting over into the corner. Now shot goes wide. Moose just looking to get a handle on it here, but it's staying in the zone. Here's Mavridis into the slot, has it go off his stick. And now Jones will chase it down, but the puck stays at the point. Good keep by McKee. Centering pass now right out in front. Trying to get a handle on it and can't quite get a shot off was Tim Gibson. And the puck will come into the corner now. Clark not out. Mavridis from the point, shot blocked in front. And the Moose now will finally descend it all the way down, and we'll have another icing here.
Well, they'll gladly take that, Patrick. There's a lot of tired Moose players. They had at least 3 opportunities to clear. Taylor McKee made 2 great plays to keep that puck in. Mavridis a couple as well. And the Moose will gladly take that icing as they finally get a fresh set of 5 out there.
I think there were some guys that have been out there for more than maybe 2-3 minutes at that point, so right you are. 13:25 to go. Face-off controlled by the Knights. Miller just sends it around the boards. Jeff Duncan, captain of the Moose, goes down trying to play it there. 2 Knights will take it. Centering pass right out in front. Opportunity blocked in front. That was actually number 16, Gerhardy, there with a shot that was blocked. Into the corner now. Collins battling with Gerhardy. Point for Miller. Ricochets right in off Punsalan. Took a weird bounce, but he was able to see it and knock it away. And the Moose will just send it down again. We'll have another icing.
All right, so again, the Moose just kind of relieving the pressure right now. You can do that for a while, and it's a good strategy, but eventually you're going to have to start pressing back the other way and not have so many face-offs here in your own zone. But for now, good strategy by the Moose.
That's right, Matt. It takes a toll after a while to just continually having defensive zone face-offs. You got to get some kind of a breakout, get some possession on the other side of the ice, make your opponent play defense. 12:20 to go, period 1. Face-off won cleanly by the Knights to the point. Big hard shot blocked in front there as Jonathan Taylor had a rip. Now a long stretch pass goes just by Fleming. Chasing it down now is Current. Deep in the corner, left wing side. Current makes a stop along the boards. Centers it right out in front, loose. Fleming behind the net now. TJ Fleming battling hard with a couple of Knights players. Kreisa in there. Now it comes loose and will just be knocked right back out to center by Taylor. John Barnhill all the way down into his own zone to play it. Circles his net, now looking for the outlet pass. Connects with Collins. Cross ice just out of the reach of Current. And now played on back to center by the Knights. There's Kreisa. Uses the boards to get it to White over the line. White up the right wing side. Centers one for Kreisa. Loose in front. A couple of players go down. The puck will squirt into the corner. No shot on goal. Now coming the other way with some speed. Here's TJ Fleming out to center. Right up the center. Fleming over to Collins. Top of the circle. Shot right in on goal. Stopped and seen easily by Hansen. And we'll get a whistle.
So there's a nice play there by the Moose. We were just talking about it a moment ago. They got a little pressure there. They waited for that play to develop. Good play, heads-up play by Fleming to get it over to Collins, who got that thing through, and now they got a nice face-off here just to the left of Tony Hansen.
So Fleming stays on. The wings will change for the Moose. They'll also change D. Face-off to Hansen's left. Fleming able to win it. Back to the point for Jones. Shot, hits a skate. Loose in front. Now White back out to center. Here's Kreisa with some speed, but poked away by Jones. And the Knights are off sides. Shot goes in well wide of the net. Having some trouble in the corner there is Dan Jones. And we're going to have a whistle here as they were still offsides.
Yeah, and you can see there under the south end, it's still very wet. The reflection is still very visible, and I think that's what surprised Jones there as he went down in the corner. Fortunately, he's just fine, but it's still a little wet there around the edges.
Looks like it, yeah, just in the corners, opposite ends of the ice, perhaps. That should dry up pretty soon. 9:50 to go, period 1. Moose win the faceoff back on out to center. Now here's Hall. For the Knights over the line. Brad Hall has it knocked off his stick. Now right on the center, loose in the slot. Knocked out of immediate harm's way, and it will just trickle back out to center. With some speed now. Over the line. Here's Good. He's in. Backhander save made by Hansen. Puck is loose. Fleming can't keep, and it be knocked out to center where James O'Reilly will pick it up for the Knights. Cross ice pass to Shadui. Over the line. Left wing, top of the circle. Shadui shot right in. Blocker saved by Punsalan. Knocks it into the corner. Shadui centering pass right out in front. Loose in the slot. And just batted back out to center by Jeff Duncan. Now long pass. But Taylor will get there first for the Knights and send it back out to center. 9 minutes to go, period 1. No score between the Knights and the Moose. There's a shot blocked in front from Brose. And now right off the bench is Burns for the Moose. Plays it on. Right at the Knights' blue line. Knocked into the zone by Keese. Out of his net to play it is Hansen. Now to Hall. Kept at the blue line there. Goes down into the corner. Chasing is Helvey. Helvey battling with 2 Knights players. Unable to come up with it. But kept briefly at the point. And now back to center. As the Barnhill has it go off his stick and race with Shadui for the puck. It'll go into the corner and around the Moose goal. Helvey can't get there first, but cross ice passed over to Barnhill. Back on out to center over Clark's stick, and it will skip all the way down. And we will get another icing.
So still no score here, but just under 8 minutes to go in the first. Good chances on both ends. I think the Knights probably have the better of the chances, but again, nice pushback by the Moose and making some nice adjustments now. Not so many icings, getting a little bit of pressure in the offensive zone.
They've played responsibly in the defensive zone too. They haven't given up any sustained pressure, which is something I think they need to do if they're going to be able to stay in this game. Off the face-off, McKee from the point. Shot goes wide. Played behind the net by Bert Gerhardy. Tries to center one out into the slot. Too much traffic, and the puck will be taken there by Barnhill. Barnhill tries to skate around Gerhardy. Can't quite do it. Puck loose in the slot. Gerhardy along the right wing boards. Now just shoots one right in. Punsalan saw it all the way. And the rebound is kicked back out to center. 7 minutes to go in the period. Still scoreless. Mavridis able to lift it out to center, but Barnhill is there for the Moose, and he'll just send it right back on out. Clark gets it over to Helvey. Now back to Clark. Top of the circle. Shot goes in. Pad saved by Hansen. Big rebound. Kicked around the boards. Not out at the point. Kept there by Burns. Now a shot blocked in front there. Some good pressure here by the Moose. And it'll be taken though by Fisher. But knocked down before they can get it out. Still in the zone. Gerhardy now up the boards with it for the Knights. Sends it on to Fisher. Fisher goes down, no penalty here. He just fell. And the puck will be sent back on out to center. Taylor McKee sends a cross ice pass. Intercepted by Clark. Over to Helvey. Taken off his stick now by Gerhardy. He's over the line, 1-on-2. Gerhardy looking for the late ad. Still with it. Gerhardy backhands it loose in front. Kept at the point though by McKee. Shot blocked. Can't get it out though. Opportunity from the face-off dot now. Here's 53 Gibson. Gibson centering pass. Loose in front. Opportunity still loose in the paint. Several guys down there still jamming at it. Punsalan finally able to fall on that one and get a whistle.
Well, and that whole sequence was started off a great keep-in by Taylor McKee. That's at least the third one of those she's had here in the first. And just a flurry of activity. And again, the Moose desperately needing a change. And finally, Punsalan grabs that puck and freezes it. But otherwise, a golden opportunity there for the Knights.
And that was some sustained pressure. They were able to keep a couple times and get several good looks before we were able to get a whistle there. Now a shot from the point blocked out in front. Fleming able to knock it over, and that's Collins who'll play it right in front of us here along the right wing side. Back to Fleming. Now he tries to go give and go, but it's knocked away. Knights look to transition here with some speed. Here's Miller. Miller over the line, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Top of the circle. Ricochets into the corner off the centering pass. Now it's loose at the top. Miller sends it right in on Punsalan, sees it all the way, and he'll cover.
Wow, just sort of a matter-of-fact save there by Punsalan. I don't think he either didn't realize that Carl Kreischer was right on his doorstep or said, no, I got this, no problem.
The shot from the point didn't have a lot on it, but it was kind of questionable whether he saw that one all the way. Face-off win by the Knights. Taylor just sends it into the corner. Now centering opportunity there. Taken by Fleming off his stick, though. Kept at the blue line by Taylor. Shot with some mustard on it, goes wide. Now White, centering pass right out in front. Kreischer scores! A great pass from the corner and a hard shot goes top shelf, and it's 1-0.
Well, that was just a beautiful shot, and I don't think any goalie in the league, intermediate or novice, is going to stop that. Point blank and hard. That net really bulged. You could see the twine really go back there. That was a great shot.
5th goal of the year for Carl Kreischer. He is the leading scorer for the Knights, and that's why.
Yeah, again, no goaltender is going to stop that one. Beautiful, beautiful play.
And so 3:30 to go. Moose looking to recover here. Jones. And now pass just off of Fleming. Oh, now we have a turnover at the blue line. Fleming's in, one on the goalie. TJ Fleming shoots, he scores! Just like that, it's tied.
So a big answer by the Moose as TJ Fleming gets that deflection right at the blue line, stays with the play, and just fires it past Hansen. And that was important, I think, Patrick, because the Knights have shown here early in the season when they get one, they usually get another one shortly thereafter, and a great answer by the Moose.
Just a turnover at the blue line, and Fleming didn't miss. Those are some of the most dangerous points, those exit passes right at your blue line when there's nobody behind you. You got to get those right. And now we're going to have an icing here as the Moose just send it down. 2:40 to go after not much action through the first 15 minutes. Now we had 2 goals back-to-back in the span of probably less than a minute there.
Yeah, and on that block by Fleming, he did a nice job of not swatting at it with his hand, because had he done that and made contact, of course, it would have been a hand pass and they'd have blown it dead. But a great heads-up play, and he finished it.
Now loose here, looking to break again. Here come the Knights. Here's Helvey over the line, up the right wing side. Helvey in on the goalie. He shoots one, just goes wide. Big Karam off the boards, comes right out to center for O'Reilly. Knights look to transition. Coming the other way, Shadui. Knocked away, though, and back to center. Helvey just off his stick at the blue line, but he recovers. And Mavridis has to come back and play it. Sends it around the boards into the far corner. O'Reilly will just send it on all the way down the ice, and this one will go for an icing. And so the Moose will have an offensive zone faceoff with just about a minute and a half to go here in the first period.
Well, we've seen it so many times. The team gets on the board and it just energizes everybody. Fleming made that goal to tie things up, and it's been the Moose who've been carrying the play here ever since, as we're very late here in the first period.
Definitely gives you an extra spring in your step to have a goal like that, especially an answer right after the other team scores. Oh, a shot from Helvey. Big save, rebound. Loose at the blue line. Coming the other way now, Gerhardy with some speed, splits 2 defenders. Gerhardy with it. He's into the slot. Shot saved by Pensalin. Rebound loose. Puck is still loose, and now Pensalin will able to gather that one and cover.
Wow, what a sequence that was. Pensalin dives out there, and I don't think he realized how far out he was at first. But he says, well, I'm this far. I better finish this thing, and he does get the face-off.
He was a good 15, 20 feet out of the crease there, but he did cover. And with 40 seconds left now, face-off win by the Knights. Stick save by Pensalin. Just hits it into the corner there. Fisher for the Knights. Centering pass blocked. Now another opportunity in the slot. Kept at the blue line again by McKee. 28 seconds to go in the period. Shot taken away. Shot. He scores. It's Gerhardy. Took the pass from McKee and buried it top shelf.
Well, the captain, Taylor McKee, does it again. Keeps it in, and makes a great little pass down to Gerhardy, who just buried it. And that's a killer if you're the Moose. Last 15 seconds of the period, after you fought so hard to tie this thing up, and now you find yourself down by 1 as we go into the second.
And the puck will drop and the horn will sound, and that does it for period 1. And so lots of excitement in the last 5 minutes. After the first 15 featured no goals, we had 3, 2 by the Knights. It was Kreischer and then Gerhardy just before the whistle, and then Fleming for the Moose evened it up a few moments ago, but a good game so far.
Yeah, real good game. And again, just 2-1, although the Moose would love to have that last 15, 20 seconds back. That's hockey, and full credit to the Knights for making that play. Want to remind you that today's broadcast on D-League Radio is brought to you by Red Dragon Herbs. Cold weather upon us, nothing is better on a hot, chilly, on a hot day. This nice space heater is making me think hot weather feels so good. Anyway, on a chilly day, a nice hot cup of tea. You can enjoy loose leaf tea at its finest from Red Dragon Herbs, specialized in loose leaf tea from around the world. Custom tea blends smell and taste delicious. Apple mint, autumn cranberry, Turkish apple, and many other flavors. And also being served at the 1884 Coffee Company in Bondurant and the Timber Ridge Country Market in Osceola. And I know they will be at the Winter Farmers Market coming up next weekend. They're going to have one before Thanksgiving and then another one about a month from now, just before Christmas, the indoor market down at Cap Square. Look for Red Dragon Herbs there as well.
Farmers Market all year round. And you know, it is warm up here in the Collins Community Credit Union broadcast booth because of our space heater, so I could see how you'd make a mistake like that, because it is kind of toasty here in the booth.
My MVP each and every week is the space heater right here by my feet. It feels so good. And big thanks to Mr. Reichart for bringing that.
He thinks of everything. All right, we're underway here in the second. Teams have switched directions. The Moose skating right to left across your radio dial, and now the play is in their zone. Shot goes well wide. Big carom off the boards, but kept at the blue line there by Etnier. He'll just fire it into the other corner. Jones plays it on for the Moose. Now looking to get out, and exit pass is ricocheting off a player. Helvey, though, skates over it, and the puck is still loose in the Moose zone. Now they get it out. Helvey moves it on over to Bros. Now Duncan settles it down, looking for the outlet. Sends a long stretch pass out of the reach of his teammate, and it will just be played by Hansen into the corner in the Knights zone. First minute of play here, period number 2. Knights with a 2-1 lead. Play in the Knights end. Helvey plays it into the corner. White tries to chase it down there. The puck will go all the way around the boards, kept by Jones. Fans on a shot, but he's able to keep it in the zone. Helvey now, top of the slot. Hard shot right in. Save made by Hansen, and he'll cover.
Well, and Carl Kreischer just about chipped that one out, and he was off to the races if he did, but a great keep in by the Moose, and it turned into a pretty decent scoring chance. But Hansen calmly covered that one up, and the faceoff will be to his left. 2-1 Knights, just a minute or so into the second period.
Clean faceoff win by Fleming. Back to the point. Jones shot blocked in front. Loose just inside the zone. Now back out to center. Kreisa, drop pass for Gerhardy. Now back to Kreisa over the line. Duncan able to take it away, and he'll just send it back down. Taylor there for the Knights at his own blue line. Waits. Now sends it up the right wing side to White. Gains the zone. Now has it knocked away by Fleming, and it'll come back to center. And having to chase it down is Mavridis. Right in front of the benches. Now over to Kreisa with some room over the line. Knocked off the puck momentarily. Now it comes to White. And it will come loose in the corner. Fleming up the far boards. TJ Fleming to center with some speed. Fleming 1-on-2. Looking to take it now. Face-off circle. Centering pass. Couldn't get enough on it. And it didn't get to Olsen. And the Knights look to transition now. Puck will come down to center, but Jones able to get it there for the Moose. Long stretch pass out of the reach of Fleming. Puck will now go in behind the Knights end. Karem's off the board, still in the zone now, out to Kreisa. Kreisa trying to get a handle on it at center. He does, over the line, right wing side. Shot goes wide. Hard Karem off the boards. Played on by Taylor. Now the Moose look to transition out the other way. John Barnhill at center. Barnhill, the defenseman, over the line, top of the circle. Shot right in on goal. It was partially blocked. Does get in on the goaltender Hansen, but he will cover that one easily.
Yep, and just for good measure, Barnhill makes a nice drive-by slide there behind the net, deftly avoiding Tony Hansen.
It's always nice when you can not run into the post or not run into the goaltender on those.
Yeah, the post doesn't feel too good, even with those breakaway pegs. They don't have the old school steel things anymore, thankfully, but that post still doesn't feel good.
Just about 4 minutes gone. Face off to the right of Hansen. Attempted a backhand by Collins is blocked. And the Knights look to get it out. Kept, though, at the blue line. Shot right in, goes just wide. Looked like it was going to hit somebody, but it didn't. And now Fleming at the top of the circle. TJ Fleming battling there with it. Centering pass, it ricochets right in on Hansen, and he covers.
Yeah, that one definitely changed directions, and Hansen really had to be alert for that one because it had eyes for the net otherwise. So great reaction there by the goaltender, Tony Hansen.
First few minutes of this second period, the Moose have had the better of play. Some good quality scoring opportunities. Clean face-off win there by the Knights, or by the Moose rather. And Barnhill along the right wing boards. Plays it on, tries to get it to Collins. It ricochets into the corner. And behind the net now is Etnier. Long pass to O'Reilly. The right wing side now intercepted by Barnhill. Into the slot, he shoots, he scores! John Barnhill off another turnover, and it's 2-2.
What a great play by Barnhill. And what really impressed me about that one, Patrick, is he waited, he looked up, and I think he saw the screen that was in front of Tony Hansen. A couple of Knights defenders were pretty much in his line of sight, and Barnhill just snapped that, and it's 2-2. What a great goal.
Both goals scored by former Squirrels at this point. John Barnhill and TJ Fleming. A little bit of trivia for you, Matt.
I like it.
14:45 to go. It's a whole new game. Tied at 2. Face-off win by the Knights, but chasing it there is Cameron Bros. Kept momentarily by Barnhill, but now it'll be sent all the way down, and we'll have an icing here.
And I'm guessing that trivia was brought up because you yourself are a former Squirrel.
You got it. I happened to play with both of them that year. And it's great to see those guys back on the ice again this year, especially TJ. Hadn't played last year. So nice to see some of those guys still playing and contributing and playing real well.
Yes, it is great to have them back, for sure.
So face-off, offensive zone face-off for the Moose. They control momentarily. Helvey just turns around, sends it into the corner. Mavridis there, taken away by Helvey. Face-off circle, shot goes right in, loose in front. Tough angle, but Helvey got a good opportunity there.
He did, and he got a lot on that shot, too. Again, tough angle, but the old saying goes, it's always a good idea to put the puck on net, and that kind of handcuffed Hansen a little bit, so good shot.
Another face-off win by the Moose, and Bros had an opportunity. Shot went wide, but Keese has it there. Centering pass goes through the slot. Helvey, though, able to rein it in, and he takes a shot. Didn't get much on it. Kind of floated in on goal, and Hansen saw it all the way and gloved it.
Yeah, that time, about the same spot, but Helvey's momentum was all going backwards, and it was just enough to kind of flip it butterfly style, like he said.
Ill-advised clearing attempt there, kept at the blue line by Duncan. Now it's loose right in front, opportunity, save made. Puck comes loose right in the slot. It's still loose in the paint, covered now by Hansen as the Moose are turning on the pressure.
Well, Mark Keese had a golden opportunity and just missed. And now Cameron Bros got in there as well, and the Moose are feeling it. They tied this game up, and they continue to press the issue.
I think Coach Reichardt's feeling it too. He just sent 5 new guys on the ice.
Well, and this is the most pressure the Knights have really felt all season, Patrick. So this is new territory for them.
A little bit of pressure for them. That's good for a team early in the year to feel that. And we've got a good hockey game going here as the Moose continue to control. Shot from the top of the circle, blocked in front. Now the Knights will get it back out to center, but Jeff Duncan has it there. Waiting for his teammates. Now he'll just dump it in. 12 minutes to go, period 2. We're tied at 2. Moose and Knights here from Bucks Arena in Urbandale. Final game of the day for D-League Radio here. And another icing as the Knights just send it all the way down.
And Patrick, we want to tell the folks, the listeners out there, that history was made today as D-League Radio had its first broadcast of youth hockey this morning.
Oh, that's right.
In the 10 and under squirt division. It was a great game, the House League game between the yellow and red teams. So if you missed that live broadcast, look for the podcast to be up very soon.
Now shot right off the faceoff, still loose in front as the Moose continue to have sustained pressure here. Fleming along the boards, battling for it. Unable to keep at the blue line there was Barnhill, and he'll have to retreat to center, but he is able to play it. Barnhill. He sends it right in on goal. And Hanson has to play it off a stick. Knights looking for the outlet pass. Kept by Burns at the blue line. Now Fleming, left wing circle. Shot goes off the side of the cage. And now Kreisa, inside of his own blue line, looks to play it now with some speed. He's out to center. Kreisa up the right wing boards. Kreisa tries to cut it back. He loses the puck, but it's picked up by his teammate White. Shot right in on goal. Ricochets over the net. Big carom up the far boards. And the Moose will be able to send it back out to center. End-to-end action here right now between the Moose and the Knights. Burns. Long pass is knocked down, and now Kreisa has it. Top of the circle. Kreisa looking to let one go. He instead passes and unable to get a shot away. On that attempt was Travis White, number 23, as Kreisa looked like he had a shot measured and just decided to pass at the last minute.
Yeah, I think everybody thought Kreisa was going to shoot that puck. He had it coiled and ready, and we know how hard he can shoot it, but then he really made a nice pass over to White. He just unfortunately couldn't field it cleanly, but a great play nonetheless.
Face off to Punsalen's left. Won by the Knights. Shot right in on goal. Blocked in front. And the Moose look to get it back out to center as Cody Clark just sends it off the boards. Now pass over to Hall. Knocked away by Fleming. Fleming now another turnover at the blue line. He's in one-on-one. TJ Fleming cuts it back to the slot, but it's knocked away by Etnier and back to center. Burns plays it on there. Just overshoots Barnhill, but Fleming will take it off the boards and into the zone. Right wing side. Takes it into the corner. Looking for the centering pass. Nobody home. 3 Knights surround him and take it away. Number 9, Brad Hall. Clearing attempt, didn't get much on the pass, and Burns is able to intercept. He's pinching in now from the face-off dot. Shot loose in the slot and covered by Hanson.
Patrick, it looks like the Moose's confidence is just growing shift by shift. You know, they're tied at 2. We're more than halfway into this game. They're saying, hey, we can hang with these guys, and we're doing a good job, and we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
The Knights came into this game having scored 15 goals and given up just 3 in their first 3 games, so they're definitely getting a test. Jeff Duncan, a hard shot, goes ricocheting off a skate just in front of the goal. Gathered, though, there by the Moose. Collins, centering pass, blocked. Now another attempt, loose in the slot. Helvey, his shot's also blocked. Hall will backhand it, and it will just trickle out to center there. Duncan off the boards, tries to get it to Helvey. Still loosened right in front of us now is O'Reilly. Helvey able to gain control momentarily. Now he has to battle for it with Mavridis. And loses center. Here come the Knights transitioning back the other way. It's number 2, Shadui. Cross ice pass to nobody in particular. Off the boards and just sent down the ice by Helvey. And it will slow up. We will not have an icing there as the puck didn't get all the way down. Etnier. Collins takes it away. Collins, backhand, blocked in front and covered by Hanson.
Yeah, it looked like a fairly innocent play. Derek Etnier attempted to clear that around the boards. Instead, it caught part of the net, and then Collins retrieved it. Fortunately for the Knights, there were no Moose with Collins, so he kind of had to take that one on his own, and Hanson was able to glove it.
And tough backhand shot from that angle. Didn't really get much on it. 7:20 to go, period 2. We're still tied at 2. Duncan, nifty backhand behind the goal. Loose right out in front. Nobody home for the Moose. Puck still loose in the slot. Now it'll be sent out to center. And the Knights will transition back the other way. Right up the left wing board. Sends it into the corner. Helvey able to get there first. White puts pressure on. Still loose. Over to Gerhardy. Along the far boards. Right in front of the Larry's Building Service sign. Gerhardy circles. Centering pass goes through the slot and along the near boards, and it'll just be sent back on out to center by the Moose. This one's going to go all the way down, and it looks like it's got enough for an icing.
Well, some of those icings, it doesn't look like that puck's actually going to make it. It slows down, but it just had enough momentum to get over there.
Yeah, that one, I don't know if it was going to hit the end boards if they hadn't stopped it. So just over the line. So we'll have a face-off down to Damon Punsalen's left. 6:20 to go, period 2. Continue to be tied here. It'll be Fleming and Gerhardy on the face-off. One cleanly by Fleming. Matt Burns behind his own goal. Up the far boards. Battle for it at the point, kept briefly. Now looking to go the other way. Here come the Moose with some speed. Here's Barnhill again. Over the line, Barnhill, pass to the slot. Opportunity here. Unable to get a shot off was Bros. It goes into the corner. Knights played around their own goal. Not out. Fisher knocked off his feet there by Bros and taken it away. Bros skates into the corner. Centering pass right out in front. Kicked over to Keese. He's unable to get a shot, and the puck will just go into the far corner. Bros hustling over there, able to take it away. Cameron Bros backhands a centering pass. It'll be knocked off a skate behind the net. Keese behind the goal, has it taken away, and the Knights look to skate it out the other way. 5:20 to go in the period. Puck back out to center. Matt Burns stands it up though momentarily, and it'll be sent back in for Barnhill to recover for the Moose in his own zone. Long pass out of the reach of Bros, and we're going to have another icing here.
So an icing there by the Moose, but I'll tell you, early in that sequence, they were down low and really putting the pressure on the Knights. I like their positioning right now, Patrick. They're really exactly where they need to be. And when you do that, you don't necessarily have to outrace the other team. If you can move the puck effectively and have people in the right spots, you can stay with them. And that's exactly what the Moose are doing.
They've had the better of the scoring opportunities and the possession time in this period. And now that is offsides, as the Knights had not cleared the zone when Etnier touched. 4:20 to go, period 2. We're going to have a face-off just outside the Moose end. A couple of changes here now for the Moose. Looks like it's going to be Fleming and Kreis on the face-off. In front of the Knights bench. Fleming. Knights able to control. Here's Taylor. Gets it to Kreisa over the line. Top of the slot. Kreisa over to White. Shot right in, loose in front. And it's going to be a goal. Kreisa just kind of bull rushed that one in there, and it counts.
Yeah, Punslin made the initial save, but you could see that he was off balance, and Kreisa just rushed the net. And again, nothing pretty about that one, but they count the same on the score sheet, and the Knights go back on top 3-2.
I had some question as to whether they might call goaltender interference on that, because it looked like there was some contact, but referee said no. So with 3:25 to go, the Knights regain the lead, 3-2. Kreis's second of the game. And off the faceoff, they control the puck. Here's White. It's to Kreisha. Shot from the point. He scores right from the slot. Hat trick, Kreisha. It's 4-2.
Well, and that's a killer. You know, the Moose had such good momentum going. They gave up the goal, and then to come right back and give up another one. And the only good news now is Kreischa's done scoring for the day. He's got his hat trick, so it's going to have to be assists from here on out. But very tough play there against the Moose, and now the Knights are back in their customary position of being up by multiple goals.
2:40 to go in the second period, and just like that, it's a whole different hockey game. The Knights score 2 very quickly to take control of this one, and they control off the faceoff. Here's Hall over the line, and the Moose able to send it back out to center there as Dan Jones plays it. Taylor for the Knights, long stretch pass taken by Hall over the line, 1-on-2. Hall from the circle. Shots blocked in front by Duncan. It'll go just wide into the corner. Now centering pass from Hall. Nobody there for the Knights. Kept at the blue line now by Mavridis. Send in the corner. Hall has it there. Loose on the ice. Tries to get that puck to settle down. And he shoots it well wide. And the Moose will be able to tap it back out to center. Shadui, though, there for the Knights. He'll just send it back down. And Jeff Duncan will retreat to gather it for the Moose. 1:45 to go in the period. Pass there to Helvey. Helvey off the boards, using some speed. He's over the line, right wing side. Helvey, face-off circle, shot right in on Hansen, and he covers the rebound.
So another strong play by Helvey. Chipped it around Mavridis and then had a nice angle and let it rip. But Hansen is up to the challenge. So again, Minute and a half to go here, less than that here in the second. It's going to be important for the Moose to press the issue a little bit, try to get back in this.
Now right off the face-off, a shot from the point, blocked in front. Puck caroms up in the air, it's loose in the slot. Knocked into the corner by 41 Current. Now loose out in front, but taken by the Knights. They'll transition back the other way. Up with some speed is Miller. Over the line, they're going to whistle that one down on an offsides, as O'Reilly was just in ahead of the play.
Yep, and he knew it too. He feels bad because Miller had a great scoring chance there, but that's one of those things that happens, especially early in the season. They'll adjust as the season goes on. That won't happen a few weeks from now.
That'll take most of the rest of the time of the period off. 30 seconds to go, period 2. Face-off just outside the Moose end. Collins, that puck will ricochet right in front of the Knights bench. Shadui there. Long stretch pass to Current. He's able to gather it, now over the line. Current just dumps it into the corner and chases. Collins behind the net for the Moose, looking to set something up here with 10 seconds to go. Loose out in front, opportunity here. Still batting at it, but the puck goes well wide with 5 seconds. Helvey's just going to have to shoot it. It ricochets wide, and that will do it as the Moose put some late pressure on, but unable to get a goal, and we go into the intermission 4-2, Knights in the lead.
So Blake Current with a golden opportunity there late, just couldn't quite get that puck clean, but it is 4-2 Knights after 2. And Patrick, I have to think that the Moose are thinking right now and probably talking among themselves like, hey guys, we need to get the next one. We can't go down by 3 to these guys.
No question about it. They need the next goal. With only 1 period left, you really can't expect to come back from 3 down with just 18 minutes left on the board. So they really need to push hard to get the next one here and hope that they can keep the pressure on. The one thing they've got going for them, obviously, is Kreischer can't score again. With 3 already scored, he is done scoring goals for the day at least. So that's something working in the Moose's favor right now, because he is by far their top gun now with 7 goals on the season with 3 more today. I'm guessing that's probably tops in the novice division, or at least darn close.
I believe it is. You know, we see this every year. New players come into the league. We don't know much about them. In this case, we didn't know anything about Kreischer. And now here he is, an early star, you know, just 4 games into the season. So always see players like that come into the league, which is a great thing. And now the Moose are going to look to regroup here as they find themselves down by 2 entering the 3rd period.
And before we get started, we'll remind everybody that D-League Radio is brought to you by So Cherry Screen Printing. Screen printing embroidery for any event or team sport, even custom quilting. So Cherry can do it all. Find them on the web at socherry.com, and also be sure to check out and like their Facebook page. So we're underway here in the 3rd. Knights with possession now, over the line, opportunity shot, he scores! Right off the hop, Ryan Gerhardy for the Knights, and it's quickly 5-2, and exactly what we said couldn't happen has just happened for the Moose.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Gerhardy came in, obviously got a lot on that shot. It looked like Punselin had the angle, but just couldn't quite get square to the shooter, and Gerhardy buries it, and it's 5-2 Knights.
Just about 30 seconds in, that one was. And he controls the face-off again, and he comes right back in. Gerhardy, face-off circle, looking to centering one. It's knocked away in front, and the Moose quickly have to gather themselves here. Gerhardy again takes it away. Shot right in on Punsalin. Save made. Big rebound. Barnhill chopping away at it and not able to get it out. Kept by Etnier. Shot ricochets wide. Barnhill sends it out to the point, and this time it will get on out to center. But McKee is able to chase it down for the Knights. McKee right in front of her own goal. Long pass. Nobody there for the Knights, and Burns will take it for the Moose. Tries a long pass to Fleming, it just goes wide. And out of his own goal to play it is Hansen. Over to Etnier. Battle in the corner. Taken here now again is Gerhardy with some speed over the line. Gerhardy is in one-on-one. Gerhardy fans on the shot at the last moment, and the Moose dodge a bullet there. Fleming coming back the other way. TJ Fleming over the line, top of the circle, left wing side. Pass off, an opportunity for Barnhill, and a good save there by Hansen. Great centering pass there by Fleming.
It's just a beautiful play by the Moose. Did everything but finish it. Great play, though.
Kept at the blue line. Now from the slot. Shot attempt is blocked in front. Fleming chases it down in the corner. TJ Fleming, plenty of space. Shot comes right in on Hansen, tough angle, and he saw it all the way and made the save.
Yeah, that was a tough one there for the Moose, but again, good pushback. Unfortunately, they find themselves down another goal, so down by 3 here. Still plenty of time left, but you got the feeling that they need to score one quick and just really get back in the flow of this. If they can get down by 2 with a little over 10 minutes left, I think they got a shot at this. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very difficult. This Knights team usually gets stronger as the game goes on.
I agree with that. And now right off the face-off, loose at the dot. Now it'll be just sent back out by the Knights. This one's going to trickle down, but it'll die before an icing, so Ponsalin out of his net to play it. Duncan, long pass out of the reach of Clark and go all the way down. No icing here. Mavridis behind his goal. Challenged by Helvey, able to get it on back out to center for White. Travis White turns and skates with it over the blue line. Centering pass there is knocked away, but there to play it is Taylor. Sends one wide. Clark able to come up with it. He'll just send it back out to center all the way down the ice. This one will go for an icing. And we'll get a face-off deep in the Moose end here with 14:20 to go in the third.
And of course, we want to remind you that D-League Radio is also brought to you by the Keg Stand, primary sponsor of D-League Radio, now in its 4th year of being our sponsor. Time flies, already 4 years. Located at 3530 Westtown Parkway in West Des Moines, 90 beers on tap, new tappings every week. The official sponsor of the CIDL and the home of D-League Radio.
Face-off controlled by the Knights, just inside the blue line now. Into the corner, Taylor. Played along there by Jones, now kept though by Miller. Miller shot right out in front, trying to tip it there was White, but it goes just wide. Now behind the goal, a little pass there over to Taylor, he can't control it. Helvey spins around, now able to just send it back on out to center. Kreischer will come get it there. Kreischer playing D now that he's got his hat trick. He'll just send it over the line. Shot comes right in on Ponsalin, he sees it all the way. Jones looking to get it to Clark, taken away instead by Miller. Top of the circle, off of Jones. Miller retrieves it. And shot comes right in. Taylor has an opportunity, but Ponsalin will cover and will have a whistle. 13:10 to go in the third.
So we've seen after most of the goals today by the Knights that it's the Moose who've pushed back, but this time it's the Knights who are sort of saying, you know, if we can get one more, I think we pretty much got this thing. So they're pressing the issue now, and it's the Moose who find themselves back on their heels, Patrick.
Yeah, it's tough to sustain long-time pressure in a situation like this when you're down by 3. So they really do need to get the next one if they can. Helvey can't quite come up with it on the battle with McKee. And the Knights will just send it all the way down. Barnhill behind his own net to play it. John Barnhill looking for the long stretch pass. Almost taken away by Hall. Now over to Burns. Burns tries to move it on up to Collins, just out of his reach, and this one will go for an icing. And so another face-off in the Moose end here.
Well, you can see what the Moose are trying to do. They're actually trying to use the Knights' aggression against them and go for a stretch pass the other way. They've just about connected on it, but not quite as it goes for the icing call. Now, you can do that a couple of times, but eventually the Knights will make adjustments for that. I'm sure Reichardt's talking to his team about that right now.
And at this point in the game with 11:50, you got to take some chances when you're down 3. Oh, an opportunity there. It was just a shot from the point, but it hit off of a Moose player in front, almost went past Ponsalin. Now loose for Barnhill. Barnhill able to skate it out to center, but then taken away by Shadui. Sent into the corner for Burns. Burns gets it around the boards. Pressure now by the Knights. Burns then will just wrist it all the way back down. And this one will go for another icing here. As with 11:20, we'll have another face-off deep in the Moose's end.
And this reminds me a lot of what we saw in the first period. A lot of icings there by the Moose. And again, you can do that for a few times, but eventually you got to start skating and make some offensive pressure to get things going your way.
Face-off won by Fleming. Moose unable to clear. Just sent around the boards by the Knights. Coming to the near corner. Collins able to take it out now, looking to break. Sends one cross ice into the zone here, picked up by Fleming just inside the blue line. Fleming shoots one, blocked in front by Hall. He'll wrist it back on out to center. Opportunity here now with some speed. Here's O'Reilly into the zone. O'Reilly, he shoots. He was bothered by Barnhill all the way down and unable to get everything on that shot. And Punsalan able to make the save.
Great play by Barnhill there to bother him, as you said, but without taking a penalty. That's tough to do sometimes, as O'Reilly really had at least a step and a half on him, but Barnhill bothered him just enough that Punsalan could come out and cut off that angle and make a great save.
10 minutes straight up to go here in the third. Another face-off to the left of the Moose goal. Fleming wins it cleanly. Duncan tries to move it out to Keese, just off his stick, and it will be kept by Kreischa. Now centering opportunity, just misconnecting there were the Knights. And looking to play it up are the Moose. Brose has it now, up the boards with some speed. Brose taking it into the zone. Still with it, takes it into the corner now. Brose behind the net, played off the puck, and Kreischa has it now for the Knights. The boards, moved on back to center. And Duncan unable to cut off Gerhardy. He is in. Gerhardy tries a deke, and then Punsalan out of his net to make a play on the shot, and the puck comes back out to center.
Patrick, he just got a stick on that. Otherwise, Curtis Fisher had a wide open net. Great play by Punsalan.
Fleming plays it in the zone. Keese played off the puck by Kreischa. Comes loose to center. Jones knocks it away from Gerhardy. And he'll try to backhand it in, but off a skate. And he'll keep at the blue line. And the Moose will gather the puck. Duncan sends a long pass, but it's sent right back down. 8:30 to go. As coming off the ice slowly is Curtis Fisher for the Knights. Duncan waits, sends it on up to Fleming. TJ Fleming at the center ice circle with some speed into the zone, 1-on-2. Tries to cut it back, knocked off the puck, and it'll come loose into the corner. Fleming now back to the point for Keese. Tries to get a shot, but that's blocked by Gibson. Another opportunity. Jones loose in the slot. Another whack at it. Now it's still loose. Jones, he scores!
What an effort.
Just a loose puck in the slot, and Jones backhands it in.
Jones, just talk about following your shot. I think he followed about 3 of them there and just kept going and finally got it low and got it clean and put it in the net. And it's 5-3 with still 7:45 to go, Patrick. There's time.
Well, you talked about getting it back down to a 2-goal deficit by about 10 minutes. They missed it by a couple, but you're right. With 7:40 to go, this is still a game. And Helvey will face it off at center for the Moose. Won cleanly, though, there by Taylor. Jack Miller back into his own zone to play it. Tries to wrap it around, but goes off the cage now. It's loose right out in front. Opportunity, still loose. And it goes off the side of the net again. Helvey battling for it in the corner. Kept at the point for the moment, but now coming the other way here is Taylor for the Knights with some speed against Barnhill. Shot comes right in on Punsalan. He saves it. It's loose on the ice. And Barnhill able to get it, just kind of settle it down right under his goaltender, and we get a whistle.
So big play down there at the other end. Jack Miller was trying to do the wraparound. Instead, it caught part of his own net, and all of a sudden the Moose had a golden opportunity, and Hansen turned that aside. Oh, this thing could have got real interesting.
Another goal real soon, and it would be very interesting because we've still got plenty of time left. Burns behind his net, wraps it around the boards. Clark waits for it there. Looking to get it out to center. Long pass, finds its target, and Olsen over the line now. Olsen can't quite gain possession of the puck, but Barnhill up from the deep, pitching in, shot, hit a skate in front, and goes into the corner. Clark wraps it around the boards. Helvey finds it there, top of the circle, makes a move into the corner, centering pass, nobody there. Still in the zone. Kept by Burns at the blue line. Now a shot there. Still an opportunity from the slot. Blocked again by the Knights. And they will recover the puck and take it the other way as here comes Miller. Breaking out of the zone. Sends it up to Taylor. Into the zone. Taylor goes down. And Clark will move it back the other way for the Moose. Cody Clark looking to just get it into the zone, but it's taken away there by Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, long stretch pass, goes cross ice, and able to get it though is Shadui. Shadui's in. Shadui shoots, he scores! Top shelf again, Jason Shadui, and it's 6-3.
What a great play. First the pass, and then Shadaway comes in and just buries it. What a great shot. Nothing Punsalan could do about that one. And just when you thought the Moose might really make this a game, the Knights strike back, and all of a sudden it's a 3-goal margin again with just about 5 minutes to go in the game.
Very difficult now for the Moose to find their way back into this one. But there's still 5 minutes, you never know. Off the faceoff, Jones moves it up to Current. Right in front of the Knights bench, Current over the line. Dumps it into the corner. And he will chase after it, but McKee will get there first. Plays it on for O'Reilly along the boards. O'Reilly will just chip it on out to center. Jones back to gather for the Moose. 4:40 to go in the third. Moose need to show some urgency here. Duncan tries to get it over to Fleming. He takes it away from Mavridis and into the zone. Collins shot, sticked away though by Hansen into the corner. Collins again, shot from a tough angle, goes through the crease. O'Reilly for the Knights, moving it back out. He'll just send it all the way down. This will go for an icing. And we'll get a whistle with 4:15 to go in the third. Moose will get an offensive zone faceoff.
Well, now time definitely becomes a factor as the Moose find themselves down by 3. And remember, we have 18-minute third period, but that's because of the potential for stop clock in the last 2 minutes. But the goal margin has to be 2 or less, and right now it's still 3. So if the score stays the way it is, that clock will continue to run.
Clean faceoff win by Fleming. Shot from the point from Jones. He had to come all the way out from center just to get there. But he gets a shot off. Hansen saw it and made the save. We'll have another whistle.
That was a good play by Jones because he knew he was going to get a Knight stick there about the same time he got there. So he put a lot on it, and it bounced. And that was a tough save for Hansen.
Off the faceoff into the corner for the Knights. Hall behind his own net. Battles with Fleming. Fleming gains possession over to Current. Current just around the boards. Trying to get it to Collins. Comes up just a bit short. O'Reilly. Oh, nice interception there by Duncan. Shot from the point. Loose in front still. And O'Reilly over to get it for the Knights, but kept again by Jones. Oh, and go just off Duncan's stick, and that puck will come back out to center. O'Reilly now with a lot of speed. He's over the line. O'Reilly for the Knights. Off his stick now. Puts it out of his net, and he will cover that one. Very acrobatic move by the Moose goaltender there.
That's the second time we've seen Punsalan come way out. I think he wants to become a third defenseman here because he's coming out and making some crazy plays, but full credit to him. He's making them work.
He's 2 for 2 at least.
He is.
So now it's into crunch time. 2:40 to go here in the third. Face off deep in the Moose end. It'll be Fleming and Gerhardy facing this one off to the right of the goal. Won by the Moose, but pinching down is Gibson to gain possession. Tries to center a backhand pass. Ricochets out. Kept by Miller at the blue line. Just dumps it in deep. Knights content to just play a relaxed pace here. And that puck goes on up into the netting. We'll have another whistle.
So, yep, 3-goal margin still is maintained right at 2 minutes now. And again, with that 3-goal difference, that clock will continue to run. So the Moose definitely need to pull out all the stops now.
Opportunity here. Fleming with some speed over the line. He's in. TJ Fleming, he shoots. Save made by Hansen. Wow, what a save. Puck comes back on out to center. Boy, TJ Fleming had a golden opportunity there.
He did, and that was Hansen's best save of the game because that was a very dangerous scoring play right down the middle of the slot, and Hansen did not blink. Great play.
Burns and Gerhardy battle at the blue line. Burns wins the puck. Tries to get it out, but it's kept by Gibson. Still battling at the blue line. Comes squirting out to center now. And it's loose right in front of us over to Gerhardy. Into the zone, 1-on-3, has it knocked away. And back to center. The Knights content to just take some time here. Throws over, skates it a bit, and Gerhardy will pick it up for the Knights and take it into the zone. Gerhardy makes a move up the right wing side. Now back to center. Running out of gas is Keese and unable to come up with it. Here's Miller, cuts it back to the slot. Miller skates around with it now, just burning some time. Now he shoots one. It was blocked in front, goes behind the net. Miller, another opportunity off the backhand, can't come up with it. Now with 40 seconds to go in the game, Knights control the puck. They'll just send it all the way down. Helvey backhands it out to center. And the Knights will just send it down again. And with 30 seconds to go, the Moose look for one last break here. Here's Barnhill. Gets it up to Helvey. Helvey, top of the circle. Skates it into the corner. Off his stick now around the goal. Helvey tries to get one right out in front. Puck loose in the corner. Helvey. Now it's loose again in the crease. It'll squirt back out to the slot, and the Knights will take it the other way. 8 seconds to go in this one. They will just skate it down. 5 seconds, and a shot goes wide, and that will just about do it as the Knights win their 4th straight game, 6-3. They beat the Moose in a very exciting hockey game here today to cap off the day. The Knights led by Carl Kreischer with a hat trick. He now has 7 goals on the season. The Moose had individual goals by John Barnhill, Dan Jones, and TJ Fleming as they were able to keep pace for a while. But in the end, the superior firepower of the Knights just won out.
Yeah, it did. But I will say this. This is one of those games on paper you think, oh, I think the Knights will pretty much control this game. But the Moose were having none of it. They had a nice pushback, and they should hold their heads up high. It was a 6-3 game, but there was a few-minute stretch in there when you thought this thing could get real close real soon, and if not for the play of Hansen, it very well could have. So really a great game.
It really was. And I thought, yeah, for long stretches, the Moose controlled play. They were able to get some consistent scoring opportunities, keep the puck deep, make some good passes. There are a couple great opportunities that they didn't cash in on that might have changed the scope of this game had they been able to get lucky on some of those plays. But if you're the Moose early in the season, a lot of positives you can draw from this game.
Yeah, they fall to what is their record now? Sorry about that. They fall to 1-2-1. But again, like you said, some positives to build on. The Knights, of course, continue to roll, and things are going to get better as we go. That's the beauty of Novice, is you'll see players improve right before your eyes, and these players you see right now will be much different come January or early February, and you'll continue to see that as the season progresses. So I see good things ahead for both teams.
I agree, and yeah, that's sometimes the teams that start with a little bit of a lack of cohesion. Maybe they've got a couple guys that can skate it down and score, but they don't have the ability to make the passes and transition with more than one guy leading the charge. As the season goes on, some guys that are just learning the game step up and fill those roles, and by the end of the season, these games get a lot closer. You don't see those individual efforts taking as much command of the game because teams are much more stout defensively.
Yeah, we're definitely in that kind of the first half prime, as I like to call it. There's no more interruptions until the holiday break, so we're going to see several great weeks of hockey coming up. So we want to remind you one more time that D-League Radio is brought to you by the Keg Stand at 3530 Westtown Parkway in West Des Moines, and its 4th year of being our primary sponsor. 90 beers on tap, new tappings every week, special events and parties throughout the year, and a full menu of some of the best food in town. The Keg Stand, official sponsor of the CIDL and the home of the CIDL, and as always, the home of D-League Radio. Also, So Cherry, screen printing or embroidery for any event or team sport or even custom quilting. So Cherry can do it all with no minimum orders, and you can find them on the web at socherry.com. And finally, Red Dragon Herbs. Cold weather upon us, nothing is better on a chilly day than a nice hot cup of tea. We got some custom tea blends like apple mint, autumn cranberry, and Turkish apple. And now being served at the 1884 Coffee Company in Bondurant and Timber Ridge Country Market in Osceola, and the aforementioned farmers markets that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, by the time I get home, I'm probably going to want some tea, as cold as it is outside now. But that will just about do it for us today and do it for D-League Radio on this Sunday. Once again, the Knights staying unbeaten by beating the Moose 6-3. For Matt Whips, I'm Patrick McFarland. Thank you very much for listening, and catch us again next week.